Hello everyone, it's Natasha, and today I thought I would do a flip through of the Memoria Press Simply Classical Writing Book 1. I do have a flip through on Memoria Press Simply Classical Writing Book 2, but not Book 1. So I have actually used this book with multiple students multiple times, so I've got a pretty good handle on it. So the Simply Classical program, if you're unfamiliar, is intended for students with disabilities. However, it can also just be used like for lower grade level, if that makes sense. The teacher notes are right in the book, so there's not like a separate teacher book. It tells you the supplies you need, which are green, blue, and red colored pencils, a regular pencil, and an introductory collection of Bible stories. They use or recommend a child's garden of Bible stories, but you can use whatever like Bible picture book that you have. That is the one that we have used with this. And then it goes into specifics of day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and gives some ideas for modifications. So basically day 1, you're going to read the assigned story. Day 2, you're going to learn the rules, which are rules about sentences. Day 4, what did I just say? Day 1, you're going to read the assigned story, learn the rules. There will be a decodable sentence, and then you're going to apply the rules. And it's green for go, red for stop, blue for special. So special are really proper nouns that need to be capitalized. So green for go is the beginning of the sentence, red for stop is the ending punctuation, and blue for special is those proper nouns that need to be capitalized. Once they get that, the kids, automatically start to do it. You could go, oh, don't forget your red or don't forget your green, and they'll know what you mean. I found that those 3 little colors work super, super well, even outside of a special education, just for regular younger students, like typical developing kindergarten students, for example. That is a great way to introduce those beginning writing skills. There's then apply the rules, like I just said, and then write the rules. They're going to copy the sentence correctly, and then there is a read aloud sentence where you apply the rules and write the rules with the read aloud sentence. Day 2, you're going to read the assigned story, learn the rules, create a sentence. Day 3, read the assigned story, learn the rules, a challenge sentence. Day 4, read the assigned story, learn the rules, illustrate, and describe. And then it gives some modifications if it's too easy or if it's too hard. And then we have the rules about the sentences, and this covers the 3 rules that you're going to cover, or the 3 rules for the colors, I should say. The beginning capitals, complete thought, and ending mark. Then it talks about the type of sentences, and then rule number 4, which is I is always capitalized, which in this generation the middle schoolers seem to forget. And then it talks about spacing in rule number 5, and then the parts of speech, which is really just a noun and a verb and a fragment or complete sentence. And then we've got the special rules, which are contractions, comma, apostrophe, quotation marks, and closing words. So we have week 1, learn the rules, apply the rules, write the rules, and then here's our decodable sentence. So the decodable sentence, ideally, the student is able to read that. The read aloud sentence, maybe they're not able to read that. They're struggling a little bit because, as you can see, it's a little more complex, like light, for example. There's also additional writing rules such as the quotation marks and the commas and things like that. So the decodable sentence is easier. The child should be able to read and decode that themselves. But if your child is a good reader and can read the read aloud sentence, that's fantastic. And then the create a sentence, the words are not mixed up, but they're missing the rules. So it's missing the green for go, the red for stop. And then sometimes you'll see that it's also, it could be missing the blue for special, but it does have God capitalized here for us. And then a challenge sentence is use your own words to tell something from the story. So that is kind of how that goes. It does recommend writing the challenge sentence first on a separate piece of paper and making sure it's correct, and then coming back here and writing it here. I will be perfectly honest, we never did that. We just did it straight in here. So take that for what you will. And then the illustrate and describe. Honestly, some kids have loved this and some kids have hated this. It really just depends on the kid. I have found over the years that little girls are much more into drawing the picture, where the little boys are like, seriously, can I just write the sentence and be done with it? So, do with that what you will. That's just a generalization, a total generalization. However, like I said, I have used this with multiple kids over multiple years, and that is what I have experienced, that the girls are more into drawing than the boys. And then here we've got the little check boxes so they can tell if they've began with capital letter, told a complete thought, and end with a punctuation mark. Okay, and then here we go on week 2. It is literally the same thing. Also, it always has these like little pictures, and again, I find the girls like to color those, the boys don't. So, but some boys like to color. I'm just giving my personal experience that I have noticed with this. So, don't come at me. All right, and then we have our decodable sentence, our read aloud sentence. So again, our decodable sentence has like just basic short vowels and long vowel words, and then our read aloud sentence gets into these multi-syllable words and things like that. And then here's our create a sentence where the words are in the correct order. They're just missing the capitalization and punctuation. Challenge, illustrate, and describe. So that is pretty much how this goes. I will take you through at the middle. And I'll take you towards the end. Okay, so that is the last one. And I should note that, as you can see, the decodable sentence by the end of the year is a little bit more difficult. And the sentences that they're writing are longer in general. So they're starting off with short sentences, and as their stamina builds, those sentences are getting longer. So there we have that. And then in the appendix, we have a certificate of completion. And then we have a template for extra practice. So you can apply this to essentially anything that they read. You can apply this to it. And that is that. I've actually found that this method has worked really, really well. I have, like I said, I've used it with quite a few kids over the course of like 3 years. And some students with disabilities and some students who were just kind of below grade level. And this, for a struggling second grade student, for example, this could work really well. It also works well for kind of like a typical kindergartner. So really whatever kind of level your child is at, if they're in this very beginning formation of sentences stage, this will work for you. If they're getting a little more complex, check out book 2, because that might be a little bit more their level. So I hope that is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.